Hi, it's Jenny from A Stampin' Journey. Thanks for joining me. I have a different fun fold for you today. Have you seen one of these? It's called a puzzle slider card. It looks so cool, but it's really easy. So follow along with the measurements I give you, and it's very easy to put together. The original card idea came from Sue Stampfield. I've changed the measurements slightly, and I've also put together some metric measurements for those who prefer to create in centimeters. This one I used the florals in bloom paper. It's really pretty. I also have another one that I did just with a different pattern, but it just can make it look so different. It's a form of gatefold card, but let's get into how to create it. What you'll need is some pieces of card. I'm going to go through the measurements shortly. Some pretty paper. This one I've chosen the floral charm paper. You can choose whatever paper you like, and have some coordinating card pieces. Some white card for the inside of the card, and I'll give you these measurements as we go through. So let's get the paper trimmer. So let's bring in our base card. That's going to be in metric 10.5 centimeters by 24 centimeters, or in inches, you'll want a piece 4 1/8 of an inch by 9.5 inches. I'm going to go through and score it. I'll do the metric first and then go back and do the inches. So we'll need our arm of the trimmer out so you can use that. Right, firstly, we're going to score that at 2.5 centimeters. So be sure to just use your scoring blade. I'm going to at 2.5 centimeters. Five centimeters, right along to 19 centimeters. And 21.5 centimeters. So in inches, you're going to score that at 1 inch, 2 inches, right along to 7.5 inches and 8.5 inches. So you end up with 4 score lines on there. So we'll just get our trimmer out of the way now. So now we can fold on our score line. So you're going to fold on that second one, fold that inwards, and then fold it out. So you have a little Z shape there. On the other side, the same. Fold it in on that second score line, fold it back. So we can just get, we can just press that down, crisp up your folds. You can do that with a bone folder, or you can use that with just running your fingers along. So we have our piece like that. We'll put that aside. We're going to bring in our other pieces now. We have 4 pieces of coordinating colour. It's good to have the coordinating ones the same. I'm using Berry Burst on this one. So you'll need 2 larger rectangles and 2 smaller ones. Your larger ones, they are going to be 8 centimeters by 5.2 centimeters, or 3 1/4 inches by 2 1/16. Your smaller pieces are going to be 6 centimeters by 5.3 centimeters, or 2 1/16 by 2 1/4 inches. Now your white piece for inside, you're going to have that 13.6 centimeters by 10.1 centimeters. We'll leave that aside. Your piece of DSP, they're going to mat onto your small rectangles you've just cut, but we're going to start off with a single piece of paper. That is going to be 13.2 centimeters by 9.8 centimeters, or 5 1/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. We're going to cut that now. So just grab your paper trimmer. We're going to cut that across on your lengthways. We're going to cut that at 4.9 centimeters or 1 7/8 of an inch. So cut that there. Now keep that in position so it doesn't get out of the way. Take your top piece. You are going to cut that at 7.7 centimeters or 3 1/8 of an inch. Keep them in place. Take your bottom piece. We are now going to cut that at 5.5 centimeters or 2 1/8 of an inch. So you have your pieces. Keep them in there. We'll get our trimmer out of the way. Come back and grab these rectangles we had. Now we're going to position them. This is the important part. Position them so we have a long one and a small one, a small one and a long one. So you have a bit of a puzzle here. That's a bit why it's called a puzzle slider piece. Now we can put our pieces of pretty paper on this card mats. So you end up with a pattern all the same as the original piece, but you have the sections. Now what we're going to do is grab those and we're just going to stick the paper onto a card mat. So just run some glue around there. Now, if you like the written tutorial for this, I will send that out in next week's newsletter. I send out a free tutorial in my newsletter each week, and next week will be the video tutorial. So you can have that as a reference for later on. It's such pretty paper, this one, but if you don't have it, I'm sure you have lots of other pretty papers you can use. And our last little piece. All right. So we have those. Let's put everything back together. Everything's slid around. Bring our card base back in. Now what you want to do, make sure you've got your pieces in position. We're going to start off, just add your glue. I find the Tombow glue the best because you can slide that around in place. Don't worry about that little bit of glue there. You'll stick your white card mat inside there shortly. What you want to do is line up your edges from the top and the side on that little tab. So just have a look. So you're only putting glue on that end tab, and just check that it's lined up. You might want to hold that in position for a bit. We're going to take our smaller one and put that in position. Let that dry. You're going to do the same for this side now too. This time it's a smaller square up the top. Just check that it's lining up, and then have your last piece. So that's why it's really important to keep them in place. That's about the most important part of the card, so that all these pieces will line up, and then they fit together like that. They don't stay in position, but it just creates that little bit of a wow when opening it. Just make sure that's dry before you start fiddling and opening and shutting it. So we'll hold that in place. Now you can finish it how you like to. Add a sentiment, add some die cut flowers. If we bring in the finished ones here that I made. So I've just added the birthday wishes. That's from the Simply Said, and then the die cut flowers. And just decorate it inside how you like. The same with this one. I did it virtually the same, just used a different pattern paper. And you can see how those are positioned, the tabs there. So I'll finish this one shortly. What do you think though? Is it a card you're going to make? It's so fun, and every time a different pattern, it's going to look a lot different. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up. That would be really appreciated, or add a comment. If you like these type of cards, I love sharing fun folds. You can follow along on my YouTube channel, subscribe there. If you need any products and you're in Australia, I would love to help you get them. So the link will be in the description. So I look forward to sharing another project with you very soon. Stop on by and let's see what fun fold we can do next. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day. Bye.